this is Joanna from Tarot with Joanna, here to do another reading. Hello, hello, hello. So Aquarius, in today's reading, I am going to give you one of the cards from Denise Lynn Oracle cards, one card from the Joe Wall Oracle card. Also do your reading and then clarify it. Wanted to let you know about my Facebook group. If you would like to join, we do lives every other Wednesday. So if you'd like to join, you're welcome to. Also, if you'd like a reading from me, don't forget to like, share, comment, and then email me, and I will get back to you. Sorry about that. All right, so let's get started. Aquarius, see what's going on. Take what resonates with you, Aquarius, and leave the rest. This is for Aquarius, for their highest good spirit, Aquarius. All right. So, hold on, let me put this here, let me put this here, and put that there. Okay, so you have miracles and blessing. Everything has its gift. Wow, beautiful, definitely. Aquarius, that everything's going to fall into place for us. So just now, everything's blessings and gifts are coming through. Nice. One from here, from the Denise Lynn. All right. Okay, and it says, rejuvenating rain, clear the past and heal the present. I feel like you are definitely changing your energy. I feel like things are getting better. Like the cloud is lifting up for you guys. Like everything's like feeling better, doing things better, stuff like that. Having patience. So let's see what's going on, okay? Aquarius, take what resonates with you and leave the rest. This is going to be for Aquarius. Aquarius, Aquarius, Aquarius. My fellow Aquarians. All right. One for the current. Oh, okay. Thank you, Spirit. One for the situation. One for the past or now, for what's hidden. Wow. One for the hopes and fears. One for what you need to do now. Wow. What you need to work on. And the outcome. What is the outcome? All right. And at the end of the tarot deck, you did get the Hermit card to go within and reflect. Go in. Try to clear your mind, okay, you guys? Reflect. Try to reflect. Let me take this off real quick. My rings. All right. So, sorry, you guys. So, you do have the Death card. You start off with the Death card here, Aquarius. The Death card is talking about going through this huge, major changes in your life. You know, you're not the same person that you used to be. Definitely not. Things have changed. You are changing. You are looking at things differently. You're seeing clearly now. You have the Queen of Swords here. The Queen of Swords is talking about maybe you need to stand up for yourself. I feel like you need to speak your mind also. I feel like not to be afraid of who you are. You have the Hierophant here. I feel like you're looking for answers, searching for answers. I feel like you could be looking for like looking at religion values and traditional values, things like that, but definitely more of looking for answers. And just remember that the answers are within you, okay? You do have the Four of Swords here, and the Four of Swords is talking about in what's hidden. It's talking about resting now that you've done all you can, so it's time to just like re-energize yourself, clear your mind, your energy, start resting, okay? You do have the Ten of Wands here for the hopes and fears. They're asking you to really start taking it easy. Like I said, you've done everything that you could possibly do. You're carrying everybody's burdens. You have a lot of worry on you. It's time to release it. It's time to set boundaries now. And then you have the Ten of Cups here. Ten of Cups is saying that you're going to be moving towards happiness. Things are going to start falling together. There's going to be happiness here, so it's good. Moving towards that love. You have you have 10, 10, 10 here. That's nice. I like that. Very nice. And you also have the Ten of Swords here for what you need to work on. And there are endings coming through. Okay, there's going to be things that have ended. There's things that are not going to be the same anymore. Of course, because you're going through this huge transformation here. And you're very tired, you're very exhausted. They're asking you to try to like let that everything go, like, because there is going to be a new start here, but you're still going to go through this ending, and it could be anything. And then you have the Five of Pentacles, and the Five of Pentacles says that, for the outcome, it says that, you're very overwhelmed with everything. Sometimes you feel like there's not enough money or abundance. I also feel like you're worried. You feel defeated. You feel like, like why things happen to you and not, not everybody else. Like you're the only one that's going through this. I feel like you're alone also, that you feel alone at times, isolated. Okay, so you really need to go within and reflect, okay? Because I know you're going to go through a lot, and it shows here. It shows that you're going to go through a lot more. Like if you've been going through something right now, you know, just know that there's something that's going to come to an end here. There's things that are going to change. So let's see. All right, so Aquarius, take what resonates with you and leave the rest. This is for Aquarius. Aquarius, Aquarius, Aquarius. All right. So let's see. The Death card. Why is the Death card here? Wow. Wow. Okay. So, like I said, you are definitely, there's an ending here. Feel like you've been in your mind about a lot of things. Things have ended. People have left your life. You have changed a lot, and there's more changes to come, because this is a huge transition that you're going through right now. You're leveling up. Things are going to end. A lot of things are going to change for you. So just know that. But you also have the World card here, because when we go through endings and changes, we always go on this new path, and this right here is coming through. This is a new cycle. Something new is coming towards you. There could be conclusions also, because this is part of that. But no matter what, there is that new path, so you really need to try to get out of your mind, because I feel like you're very worried about how everything is changing, how everything is just turning around, and you're like, oh my God, why did this have to change, and why did that have to change? And you're really in your mind about things, and I feel like you need to let that worry go, okay? Because you are going to be on this new path, and it is going to open doors for you. You have the Queen of Swords here. And why is the Queen of Swords here for Aquarius? Wow. Okay. So Aquarius, I feel like you really need to, speak your mind about things. This isn't a situation. I feel like you really need to speak your mind about what's going on. I feel like you need to not be afraid of who you are. I also feel like there could have been some kind of truth that you may have seen, like you just got information of it. And I feel like you're going to be making a decision very soon with the Two of Pentacles here, because you're very overwhelmed with a lot of stuff that's going on in your life. But I feel like that decision is going to push you forward. They're asking you to follow your heart when you're making this decision also. Feel like you're also too very busy, and you're like not having enough clarity, not really seeing things clearly enough. And even though you're trying to change your energy, like trying to see things in a positive way, you still have to take it slowly, because you're going to be making a decision. They want you to have that compassion and forgiveness in your heart, and follow your heart also, but be yourself. Don't say what's on your mind. Speak your mind. Speak the truth about things, okay? Because you're that kind of person. Wow. You have the Hierophant here, and why is the Hierophant? Okay, so the Hierophant is in the past and now. So, and I do believe it's now. I do believe like you need to go within, because I feel like you're searching for answers on why everything has happened the way it's happening, why things are changing, and you're searching for that. I really do feel like you need to go within, okay? Because you need to start reflecting, because you have the answers within you. You have the Four of Swords up here and what's hidden, And why is the Four of Swords here? And what's hidden? One more card. Wow, you came into your own reading. So definitely there's something here. You're very tired. You're exhausted about everything that's going on in your life. You did the best you could. It's almost as if they're saying, right now they're saying, you did everything you had to do. You're doing everything you're supposed to do. So it's time to rest, time to nurture yourself, time to take it easy, okay? Because, you're doing way too much. I feel like you at times feel like you're stuck, like nothing's moving for you, like things are just in a standstill. I also feel like you could be going back to old patterns, and they're asking you to really look at that and really try to get rest and try to get that to reflect so that you don't go back to these old patterns or feel stuck, okay? I also feel like you're going to start feeling better very soon, that they're asking you to not lose hope, to not, keep your faith, to not lose hope on things, because everything is going to get better no matter what. Keep pushing forward, even though you feel like things are not, that it's still the same. It's still, nothing's going to change. You're in your mind, you're frustrated, you're feeling stuck, stuff like that. They want you to really start resting now because you've been through it all. And it's time. You will start feeling better. I do feel like there's a blessing trying to come in towards you, but I do feel like it's in divine timing. You have the 10 of Wands down here. And why is the 10 of Wands down here for Aquarius? One more card. Wow. So, you are definitely, overwhelmed with everything that's been going on in your life. Things are just moving very fast. People coming into your life, leaving your life. I feel like you're taking on a lot of worry, a lot of burdens that you shouldn't have to. I feel like you're just taking a lot on your shoulders right now. That no matter what, even though you feel this way, they're asking you not to give up on anything, okay? Because this is just part of the process that you have to go through. These are things that we have to learn. This is, even though they didn't feel good and they've hurt us and they've done this and they've done that, you still have to, keep pushing forward and not give up on things, okay? Because they are going to get better for you. I feel like you've been carrying the load for everything, and I feel like you're finally tired and you need to rest. I feel like you are definitely going on a new path. There's new things coming in. There's even messages coming in. I feel like you're going to receive some kind of messages, so be ready on here. I also feel like there's opportunities around you. I feel like you need to believe in yourself, that you can overcome anything and do anything, okay? But really have patience also for everything, even though you feel very overwhelmed and exhausted and tired, because you've been through a lot. You've been hurt, and I feel like you just need to keep pushing forward because there is that new path here. You do have a 10 of Cups here. And why is a 10 of Cups here for Aquarius? One more card. Wow. So, they're saying that you're definitely going towards happiness, okay? There is happiness with your friends, your family. Really follow your heart in what it is that you want to do, where you want to go. You're definitely going to get some kind of messages here. I feel like you could also be attracted to somebody. I don't know what that is, but there's somebody out there that's attracted to someone that, could be part of, maybe your, that's out of your relationship or something like that is here. I also feel like you need to have that compassion and forgiveness for everything that's been going on in your life. I know I've said it before, but you really need to open your heart, okay? Really, really open it. Really have that forgiveness. And I'm not saying, go beg that other person or forgive whoever did you wrong. I'm not saying like go and crawl back to them. I'm saying, forgive them in your heart, because if you don't, you're going to continue to carry that burden, that, sadness with you. And you need to try to let that go. Okay. And the Emperor is here, and they're asking you to really step back into that power, be the leader that you are, be that strong-willed person that you are, that you can just rise up, back up, and you can just walk away, because that's how you are. You're very respected, because you do these things, and you're very wise, and you will be able to continue to do what you're doing, but don't forget that you are this strong. Okay. And that's what they're saying. Don't forget that you are the leader. You're not behind anybody. You don't stand behind anybody. You are the leader. You direct them. Okay. So remember that. Wow. That was powerful. And then you have the 10 of swords here. And why is the 10 of swords here for Aquarius? Oh, my card. Wow. So there is going to be definitely be an ending here. Okay, so just know that. But remember that when there is an ending, and it could be an ending to an obstacle, to a career, to a relationship, whatever it was, it's here. It's going to come in. Okay, whatever ending it was, it's going to push you forward. You're When we get the 10 of swords, it always goes back to the ace of swords. So there is a new path here. Something new is trying to come in for you, because I do feel like there is success, because you do have a 6 of wands here. People have watched you. They've watched you grow. They watched you on social media. They're looking at you, and they're really seeing everything that you've done. You rised above and beyond, and people are looking at that. And I do feel like you're very successful, and I do believe you're going to achieve what you want. Because you also have the Wheel of Fortune here, which is very nice. Wheel of Fortune is about changes, cycles coming to a close, because you do have this 10 of Swords here. Remember, it's going to come to a close, but you're also, these things are closing, right? But, you're letting other new things come in. New doors are going to be opening for you, and that's something that you need to know. Very nice. Your luck is going to change for the better, and it's going to just move forward and not back. Also with the 5 of Pentacles for the outcome, why is the 5 of Pentacles here on the card? Wow. Wow. Okay. Okay. So you start off with the 5 of Pentacles, and like I said, the 5 of Pentacles could be about, really feeling, maybe you felt very hurt, feeling down. Maybe you also feeling like you've been going through some kind of hardship, or, maybe you let your emotions get in the way on some things that are going on in your life. I feel like there's disappointment here, and I feel like there's also sadness here, and then with the 5 of Cups here, I do feel like, you have a lot of like disappointment and regret, and, thinking that, well, how could this have happened, and how could I have let this happen, kind of thing, and the thing is that we all have to go through these changes, whether they're good or bad. It's for our own good. And I know you would hate to say that, right? Well, it's for my own good that I got screwed over. It's for my own good that I got hurt. No, don't see it that way. You see it as if, okay, this is just part of my path. This is part of the chapter that I had to go through, because there's something better now. There's something better coming in, but you can't stay in this. You can't not stay in this 5 of Cups, because you're continuously looking at the bad and not the good, because there's still opportunities around there. There's still doors that are meant to be open. I also feel like you have a lot of trust. Like sometimes you can't trust people, and you're not willing to trust anybody after everything that you've been through. I do feel like there is justice here, though. That no matter what we've been through, you don't have to do anything. And I say this again because, I know we've been going through a lot. Aquarius have been going through a lot, but things are changing for the better. There is justice here. There is, you don't have to do anything, because justice is going to step in, and, whether it's in a few months or a couple of days or tomorrow, whatever, it's still going to balance out for you. Okay. Because it's like they're saying, the divine has your back. The universe has your back. Whoever you pray to has your back. You don't need to do anything. Things are going to balance out for you. Things are going to get better. Justified. Justice is here. Okay. Is what they're saying. Wow. Wow. And you're also going to see the truth. You're also going to see the truth. Wow. All right, Aquarius. So I hope you enjoyed this reading. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you next time. God bless.